We're back at 8:43 this morning, and on the heels of the National Walk to End Alzheimer's, One Macon Church is hosting an event Saturday that focuses on the important link between the brain and heart. Megan Western has the details about the free preventative memory care event that's for all ages.
Thanks for staying with us. Happening this Saturday, Emory University will team up with the Alzheimer's Association of Central Georgia and Macon's New Hope Baptist Church to bring you an important health opportunity, the Think Well, Live Well Forum for Brain and Heart Health, and it's a free event. So joining us to learn more about this is Alexis Williams, Program Manager with the Alzheimer's Association of Central Georgia. Of course, thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Now, a couple weeks ago, you guys had the Walk to End Alzheimer's, but this Saturday, of course, you guys will have this forum. Tell us a little bit about why it's important.
Yeah, so it's a Think Well, Live Well forum, and it's going to go over the connection between heart and brain. And we're going to go over what are some lifestyle changes and things that you can learn to better yourself, because we want to make sure that you're living your best life as well as possible.
Yeah. Now tell us a little bit about the two Emory doctors that'll be coming out to talk to folks.
Yeah, so we have Dr. Parker and Dr. Roll from Emory University. They'll be coming to town and they'll go over just brain health, healthy habits. They'll also be offering free memory confidential screenings, so you can register, and when you register, you can get a little spot and you'll go to another area. You'll have a confidential screening, go over some results and those things, so you can kind of better yourself. Because the thing is, we don't want to just educate you and teach you what needs to be done. We also want to help you take that next step, and that step is getting a screening done.
Yeah, that's a very good help right there. We do often talk about educating yourself, but it is always nice when you can take that next step,
right,
and have a little bit of help and assistance to know where you fall.
Yeah.
Talk to us, what types of assessments, or what do these types of assessments, mean for someone?
So again, it's a memory screening, and so it's a basic assessment. It doesn't say that, okay, if this happens or you score this, that means you have dementia, you have something going on with your brain. But what it does, it gives you a picture of where you're at, and then you can get some necessary recommendations of what you need to do. You may need to follow up with your primary care doctor. You may need to follow up with a neurologist or some type of specialist. But this conversation, this screening will be the forefront. This is the first part of, okay, taking a step in your health and seeing where you are with your brain and any changes.
Yeah, often when we talk about Alzheimer's or dementia, we talk about age. Is age really a factor?
Age is not a factor. We actually have, when we do a couple of presentations, that's one of the questions that we ask is like, does age matter? And it doesn't. You can be diagnosed with dementia in your 30s. Like, we have someone within Georgia that had the diagnosis in their 30s. We have someone that didn't receive a diagnosis till like late 80s, 90s. So the older you get, so there's a chance that it does increase as you get older than 65. However, age isn't the primary thing. So it means anybody should be able to have this screening, do this screening. There's no cost to it. It's free, it's confidential. And so why not use this opportunity for, to take charge of your health?
Right, definitely, especially if it's free. Why not come out, get
Right.
tested, and learn more about yourself?
Right.
Let's go ahead and remind people of some of the risk factors.
So a couple of risk factors would be the things that we've already heard. So obesity, not managing comorbidities. So again, we'll be talking about the connection between the brain and the heart. And so one of the things that we talk about is making sure we're managing. So say we have high blood pressure, managing those numbers. It doesn't necessarily just say, okay, you're at a lower chance for developing or having a heart attack or a stroke, but it also lower your chances of developing dementia. There's a form called vascular dementia. So again, it's important just to make sure we're managing any type of comorbidities, diabetes, being smoke-free, getting an adequate amount of rest. Lack of rest can also increases our chance. We can get fogginess and things of that nature. So we'll talk about some of those things there.
Yeah, really important information there. Talk to us a little bit about strokes. What is it that people might be hearing when it comes to strokes?
So stroke, could be some damage to the brain, which can turn into vascular dementia, and that's kind of how we relate the two. And so just those blood vessels, that supply. And so again, managing like high blood pressure, making sure we control it. So if you're somebody that is known to have higher blood pressure, you want to be making sure you're monitoring your numbers and things of that nature, because you want to be able, okay, this number is going up. I'm seeing this slowly increase. This has been a change. And so you'll be able to make sure, okay, because there's a change, I need to make some adjustments.
Yeah, before we let you go, talk to us, how will this forum kind of give folks access to some really vital information?
You'll have the opportunity to listen to those phenomenal doctors to talk about lifestyle changes and healthy habits, but also we'll have resources and vendors there. The Memory Assessment Clinic here, they'll be there. The Area Agency on Aging, the Alzheimer's Association will also have a table, AARP. And one of the things that's also beneficial is we have support groups. So if you are taking care of someone with dementia, or if you're having some concerns for dementia, there are support groups out there so they can walk you through. It's like, this is what we've experienced and this is what worked for me. So we'll have all of that information available for you.
Alrighty, well, thanks for joining us in the studio today. Obviously, you always come with really good information. We're going to pop it up on the screen for you if you're interested. The Think Well, Live Well event is happening over the weekend. Registration is open. You can call 404-727-6696. There is also a chance to reserve a place in line for the free confidential memory screenings. Of course, you can still register the day of the event. You can also register at the event. It happens Saturday, November the 15th from 10 in the morning to noon. That will be over at New Hope Baptist Church. They are welcoming everyone to come out. They're located at 1465 Burton Avenue in Macon.